Index card a day, number 9, The Secret to Change by Creative Katie. Take time to subscribe. That way you won't miss any upcoming videos. So I glued, using Mod Podge, a jelly print onto my teacher version of an ICAD, an old flashcard. And I cut out these printables that I sourced by going to Yvonne Gaybauer's Pinterest site, and she had one of the boards. And I printed off a quote that I had about change. I'm applying a layer of thin gesso, first with the brush and then later with a baby wipe, to knock back the color a little bit. It is very bright and very iridescent, and I want the dragonfly to stand out on it a little bit more, and that it has very muted colors, so I want a little bit more the background to fade in. So after you can see the difference, it is very muted in comparison. This is one of the joys of doing jelly prints. You have a ready-made background. So I'm deciding to put some splatters, and I get out my Martha Stewart pearlized paints and I'm splattering. But I realize that the color is very light and you can barely see it. So I grab my phthalo green, my Liquid X phthalo green, and add it to it, and then splatter again, and I get a darker aqua color, which I really like, and it's going to bring out that aqua color that is in the dragonfly that I've cut out. You can see the lovely, lovely, lovely splatters here. So I'm doing a quick dry. And being too impatient, I'm testing out this, and I realize that it's smudged. So I'm going to edge the card with the phthalo green, and I'm applying it with the blending tool, the Ranger blending tool. Really apologize, this is not good videotaping right here. You're missing half the action and out of focus. I think I'm going to outline or edge the words, and then it smudges. And then I think, okay, I'm going to paint the whole thing green, and when I test that out on the card, I don't like it, so I print it off again. This time I decided to keep it white. I also shrank the font just a bit, and so it would fit differently. So here I've used some of the fonts, a couple different fonts that I've downloaded and installed into my Word program from dafont.com. And I'm just figuring out the placement of the words with the dragonfly. It's very, very simple ICAD, especially when you use the jelly print and the background is so intricate and interesting all by itself. So the quote says, "The secret to change is to focus all your energy not on fighting the old, but in building the new." I think that's what it says. And this is just a perfect quote for me right now. I am really focused on getting to the island, being on the island, having everything on the island and not really focusing any of my energy on the emotional parts of selling the first house I've ever owned and leaving my career and that. So, you know, energy goes where focus goes. So, it's just been a really, really exciting few weeks here. You guessed it, this is my Stabilo all pencil, and I'm outlining the dragonfly just to make it stand out from the background. I want it to be the focal point. And this, especially once I activate it with water and my little brush here, it really does make it stand out. Gives it that shading and makes it look like it belongs. I even did some markings on the body of the dragonfly just to give it that little extra something. So I get out my gel pens and I decide to trace around the quote. First with a purple metallic and then with a pink. And I like that, but it doesn't stand out enough for me. Anyone want to guess what I do? Yep, get out my Stabilo all pencil, and actually I'm applying it to the brush and applying it that way instead of tracing around it. And I like that much better. I'm not sure if it's on here, but off camera I do go back and get my gel pens and go on top of the black just to add that little bit of shimmer. It did add the detail, I put it in the wrong order. So this is my pouring medium, which I love using to just add that little bit of shine, and it really makes the colors of the dragonfly stand out here. And I've given it a couple coats, which you'll see in the pictures. Thanks so much for watching. See you for ICAD number 10.